It might be something that is taught more over breakfast, but in terms of these community makers, I'm also getting a new business off the ground, but going back to DC media makers, could we just briefly underscore the power of Twitter for a minute? So literally 4 years ago, yes, right, and something that Frank said was sharing brought this to mind. 4 years ago, literally there were like 8 to 10 of us wanting to talk about digital media. We were in the stacks of libraries across the DC area, looking for a signal, just trying to check out. And then eventually, we would go to different venues as it slightly grew to like 20 folks. And then literally, of course, this really came active on Twitter. And I thought, you know what, we're going to not only share on our blog and emerge our meetup.com group, which you're welcome to join, bless you. But, let's really start commuting over Twitter a lot. And literally, this is the uber naive statement, like a year and a half ago, I walked in and the room was packed. And my brain just hadn't made the mental transition yet from being around dusty books in the stacks with 10 people just shoulder to shoulder trying to learn and have conversations to this room of ideas and people saying, hey, I heard about you on Twitter, thanks for sharing. So no matter where you are in your particular community or which community you want to become involved with, I don't mean to say that Twitter is the end-all, be-all, but in terms of finding like minds and putting that power of invitation out there, it really has been a game changer.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that I found out with a lot of students is what they want is to be able to feel like they're doing something, that they're not just ingesting information and regurgitating it. They want to feel like they're actually participating in whatever it is that they're going to be doing after graduation, because that's what most students do when they go to school to find a job. But if they're taking classes they don't want to know out or just confined to a single classroom, they get bored very easily. We blame them. So what Twitter does is it expands the classroom. It introduces them to other students doing the same thing. And not just Twitter. I mean, you can go on any sort of blog, connect with other people that have similar classes, similar problems, similar issues, and get a lot of help that way. So in the education realm, we feel like it is a definite game changer. I've talked to some professors, and I asked them, what do you see the classroom in 20 years at? And no one can answer that question because there's so much happening right now. So it's a matter of kind of collecting these lessons for us with SMCU and really putting them together in a way that other educators can use. Because, like I said before, schools move at a very, very slow pace. As far as adoption rate goes, maybe 5-10 years from now they'll say, okay, Twitter is kind of okay. But right now everybody else is looking for the next big thing. So I appreciate what Frank and what Jill, we just met like 10 minutes ago. So I definitely appreciate what they're doing as far as building communities here, as far as getting the interest going and turning not just social interaction on the web into just mere talk, but actually doing something in real life. And that's what we're trying to inspire students to do. It's not just learn in the classroom, but take that learning and do something positive with that. So I'm very happy to meet you guys and everybody else, and hopefully we can do big things together.
I'm curious, the comment about Facebook and Twitter being distractions in the classroom. And I'm curious if you've been able to develop or even begin to develop a strategy to kind of overcome that. How do you talk to professors and teachers about that?
Well, right now, what we're doing is, during the Twitter chats is a good way for us to connect educators. But the problem is, the ones that we're trying to convince don't use Twitter. They don't use technology. I mean, a lot of them don't even use email. So one strategy that we have is to start doing workshops this summer for educators that aren't that tech savvy. And these could be very basic instructions. Basically, it's sort of introducing them to technology, to becoming comfortable with it, and then eventually adopting newer things that can help in the classroom. And to have a class wiki, to have class blogs, these are sort of I don't want to say dangerous is the right word, but teachers see them as threatening. It's the whole one-to-many paradigm that everybody keeps talking about. it is actually sharing information, sharing ideas, and a sort of challenge to that teacher. So it is a huge culture shift that we're encountering right now. But if teachers are there to teach, if they're there to reach out to students and actually develop young minds, then we're hoping that they can overcome these old stigmas of just let me lecture to you and really engage students, which is ultimately what education is all about.